If you want to see how an 18% mortgage actually can respond to you in a way that you can whip this thing down so that you can be in complete control and you don't have to feel bad about an 18% mortgage if that's what you have to make money. Let me show you how you can go to sleep at night when everybody is moaning and groaning about an 18% interest rate, but you are in complete control. Listen, no one has seen this before, how you can make an 18% mortgage respond like a 4% mortgage and still make a ton of money. All right. So let's go ahead and put this on the screen. It's the same $200,000 mortgage we talked about. All right. 200,000 at 18%. 18%. What is that all about? 18%, 360 months. So we're going to calculate that. Let's see, 200,000, 18% interest, 360 payment.
That person must have had a very, very low credit score.
All right. Well, listen, sometimes you can be in a position where you want to get the money fast. And sometimes to get the money fast, there's ways to get that money without a credit score. You can go to somebody who will lend.
I was about to say, you just have to move smartly. That's all.
Yeah, you can get that. But here's the deal. Even if you're in a position where this becomes necessary, you can still make it work for you. All right. And now I need you to write these things down. First of all, control the principal payment and you control the loan, not the interest rate. Okay. Control the principal payment and you control the loan. Here's the next thing you want to write down. Interest payments you skip don't matter. Write it down. If you want to stop spending your children's inheritance on interest, these two concepts you have to understand and believe. You control the principal payment, controlling the loan, and interest payments I skip don't matter. So Ryan, if you had not been in my other room and you saw this loan, how would this make you feel? Out of $3,000, $14.17 goes to principal.
I would feel like I got beat over the
head. I need you all to focus in on this thing right now. Okay. $14 going to principal, $3,000 going to interest. Let me show you what can happen here once you understand this. All right. So number one, let's say we're making a payment this month in January, $14.17 goes to principal, $3,000 goes to interest. Okay. So next month, February, $14.38 goes to principal, $2,999.79 goes to interest. So if I make my payment in January, do I have to wait till February to give the bank that $14.38?
Not at all.
You mean I could give that $14 to them in January?
Absolutely.
If I do, will they have to subtract that from my principal because all that money goes to principal?
Yes, because you've already made your satisfaction for the interest payment for the month.
Exactly. And so now I'm paid down to the principal balance on line 2, aren't I?
Yep.
So if I'm paid down to here, my next mortgage payment for February is actually on what line of this schedule?
Line 3.
I'm already on line 3. The payment for March has to move up 1. Are you telling me, sir, that we just got rid of line 2 on this amortization schedule for only $14.38?
Yep. I'm trying to contain my excitement because, I've already watched you do this. But yep. Yep. That's what I'm telling you.
And the $2,999.79 that the bank wanted on line 2, that's the money that they did want. What happens to that interest payment on line 2? What happens to that money?
You don't have to pay that.
Ever?
Ever. You just skipped it. How would you have to go back to it?
You mean just for $14.38, I've just eliminated almost $3,000 in interest I never have to pay because of how the amortization schedule is set up.
Exactly.
Listen, it was set up that way for the banks to make a ton of money.
Circling back to what you said in the beginning, it was the banks looking out for the banks.
But this is why they don't teach the people who work in the bank how this works. Because if they did, they would let the information out to us. And we would know better. Listen, we can make a killing with this thing. So remember, interest payments I skip don't matter. So if I'm focused here on how much interest I have, if I'm focused on the interest rate, I will miss opportunities that I could use to make a lot of money here. So if I make my mortgage payment in January, what if I take the next three principal payments? Okay. 1438, 1460, and 1482. Okay. Less than $45. Less than 45, a little under $45. If I were to prepay $45 to this loan, just prepaid, okay, I skip out on nearly $9,000 in interest I never have to pay. And my next mortgage payment for February is on line 5 of this amortization schedule.
Man. Every single time I watch this, it's getting clearer and clearer and clearer.
Man, oh man. Now, this is the basics. This is what we're teaching people so they can understand what the opportunity cost calculator is doing. That's why you need to watch this video, because this is what the calculator is doing behind the scenes. It's figuring out how much money you need to move, and it's figuring out the least amount of money out of your budget that you need to move to the loan, telling you what month to do it in, what day of the month to do it on, so that you can save the maximum amount of interest per dollar. What? You mean it even goes further than this? It's not just enough to pay $45 and to save nearly $3,000 in interest. You mean I can actually save more money per dollar if I knew exactly how much to move? Folks, it's about math. It's not about feeling. It's not magic. It's math. So look at cumulative principal. If you want your mind really blown, look at cumulative principal here, the column here. If I make this mortgage payment just like the bank wants me to, and guess what? And it's so easy to do that. So easy to do that. If my payment is $3,000 a month, but I'm making $6,000 a month, it's so easy not to pay attention to this part. Folks, are you hearing me? So easy to miss it. I need you to see how much principal you would pay down in 1 year. Oh man.
I am tracking with you. I'm tracking.
$184.79. If you pay it just like the bank wants you to, even though your mortgage payment is $3,000, but you're making $6,000 from your tenants, this is what's happening behind the scenes if you're not paying attention. You would pay your loan down by $184.79, and the interest you would pay is $35,985.25.
That's a whole car in interest payments, just
in 1 year. That's a whole car, he said. And I'm letting it go because no one taught me how to read an amortization schedule. They only taught me how to make this property pay me money. I'm paying out $3,000, but I'm making $6,000, and I'm taking $2,000 that I'm making every month and investing it in newer properties and more properties. I'm investing that.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life, and it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.